I fiddled with the dial, but every station was dead. I chalked it up to lousy reception. A thick fog had settled over the road, the kind that clings close to the ground and makes everything look hazy and dreamlike. My headlights barely cut through it, illuminating only the cracked road directly in front of me and the gnarled branches of cypress trees on either side. The trees leaned in toward the road, their limbs stretching like bony fingers, blocking out what little moonlight there was. Then, about a quarter-mile up ahead, I noticed a light. A small, steady glow, like an old lantern, swinging back and forth just at the edge of my headlights. I slowed down, squinting into the fog to try to get a better look. It was definitely a lantern, swaying gently, held by a figure standing in the middle of the road. I could just make out their outline. Someone in a long coat, or maybe a rain slicker, with a hood pulled up over their head. Rolling to a stop, I considered my options. Whoever this was, they were blocking the road. I rolled down my window, just a crack. "You okay out here?" I called, but my voice sounded strange, swallowed up by the fog and darkness. The figure didn't answer. They just raised a hand, pointing down the road as if urging me to keep moving. It didn't make sense for someone to be out here so far from any town or house, and the whole situation made my skin crawl. But I wasn't about to turn around, not with so much time already invested in this route. I nodded to myself, rolling the window back up. When I looked up again, the figure was gone. I tried to shake it off as I started driving again, but my hands were tense on the wheel. The road seemed even darker now, and rougher than before. I had to slow down as cracks widened into potholes, some so deep I felt the entire truck shudder as I rolled over them. The yellow paint marking the lanes had faded to almost nothing, and the asphalt looked more like an old country road that hadn't seen a repair crew in decades. The fog only thickened, so dense now that I could barely see 10 feet ahead. Shadows shifted at the edges of my vision, just beyond the reach of my headlights. It was probably just branches or the thick undergrowth, but every so often, I thought I caught movement in the corner of my eye. Then I saw something in the road again. This time, it was an animal, a deer, standing still in my path. I slowed, expecting it to bolt, but it just stood there, staring at me. Its eyes reflected the light, giving it an eerie, almost lifeless look. I inched forward, hoping it would move, but it just kept staring, unmoving, its breath rising in the fog. "Come on, get out of the way," I muttered, tapping the horn lightly. The sound didn't make the deer flinch, it didn't even twitch. Instead, it tilted its head slightly, its eyes fixed on mine in the headlight.